Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner box of 24. Good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side as always. God is great, God is good, and I can't complain. So, some news that's coming out that I heard earlier, some good news, and it's actually something that I envisioned, something that I thought about, and something that I said. I believe I said it a few videos ago when I talked about Jaron Boots Ennis, that I thought that a good opponent for him, and I know I definitely said this to some of my family members and some of my friends. I felt like a good opponent for his next fight while he's waiting on Errol Spence and Bud Crawford and Virgil Ortiz and Stanley Otis to see what they're going to do. I felt like a good opponent for him would be Romain Villa, the fighter who beat Rashidi Ellis on the card, on the Tank Davis card on January 7th. You know that January 7th, man, that was a hell of a card. That Tank Davis, Hector Luis Garcia fight, Jaron Boots Ennis and Kareem Chubaskian. You know, we have a problem pronouncing his name, but he's from the Ukraine, so you know what I'm talking about. That was the co-main event, and before that was Rashidi Ellis and Romain Villa. Before that was Demetrius Andrade and Nicholson. So that was a hell of a fight card, one of the best fight cards that I've ever seen, right? One of the best fight cards ever. And it had a lot of undefeated fighters. Tank is undefeated. Hector Luis Garcia is undefeated. Boots is undefeated. Andrade is undefeated, and Rashidi Ellis is undefeated. So, and their opponents only had a couple of losses. So, if you put all those wins and losses together, and the ratio of it, you had, again, one of the best fight cards ever, because you didn't have nobody on the other side that had a bunch of losses. You know what I'm saying? And they were just, you know, bum fighters. Like Kareem, the fighter that Boots fought, you know, because nobody heard of him, and even me didn't know too much about him, but he was ranked number 4, and he was on a win span of about 18 to 20 fights. So, I mean, you know, and he was a good fighter. I could see that. And I could see him winning the fights and being on a winning fight streak because he definitely knows how to move. He did a lot of moving in that fight. And I was like, yo, he looked like he could do this for 12 rounds. When I was watching the fight, I said, yo, this dude looked like he could do this for 12 rounds. My man was like, nah, he can't do this for 12 rounds. And I was like in the 4th, 5th round. I said, man, listen, I don't know, man. This dude looked in shape for this. And looked like that was his whole game plan. And that's exactly what it was. And he was able to do it. Pardon me. So getting back to the news, you know, the news is that Jaron Boots Ennis might be fighting Romain Villa. His name is Roiman Villa, Villa. He might be fighting him on as the co-main event on Tank and Ryan Garcia card. Okay, so looks like Boots is going to be a co-main event again, which means that he's inching closer and closer to his goal of being a headliner. And once he goes from being a headliner, and once he gets to the headliner stage, you know he's going to possess a belt. He has an interim belt right now, but he's getting closer and closer to being the headliner, having his card and having people as a co-main event under him. And eventually, sometime this year, no later than next year, he's going to be in a great position. But I believe by the end of this year, he's going to have one of the main belts. If not 3 of them that he get from Spence, he's going to have at least 1 or 2 of them belts. So, looking forward to that. I think Romain Villa is a great opponent for Boots after beating Rashidi Ellis, because Rashidi Ellis had a great fight. He was doing very well with Romain Villa, but you could tell he started fading. He was boxing good. He was throwing a nice jab. He was on his feet. He was going to the body. He was landing good shots. But then you could see he started losing the composure. He started losing it, and he started fading away. And Villa was getting stronger as the rounds went on. Like he maintained his composure, he contained his energy, and he was there. He was there. He didn't go nowhere, right? Where on the other hand, Boots fighting Kareem, chasing him around the ring, basically going from side to side. The dude was moving non-stop. So you really couldn't get set on him. But Boots, for the 12 rounds, man, that he beat him decisively, he wasn't tired. He wasn't breathing hard. He went back to the corner. He didn't sit down. He had a lot of energy. So now you got him going against Villa, Romain Villa, a straight-ahead fighter who kept coming at Rashidi Ellis. And then Boots, who wasn't tired, that's a straight killer, counter-puncher, boxer, power, speed, defense, footwork, the whole 9 yards or more. That's going to be a hell of a fight as long as it lasts. I see Boots stopping him somewhere in that fight, middle rounds. This is not going to go no 12 rounds. He just did a 12 round and that was good. But this ain't going no 12 rounds because this dude coming straight forward. He going to try to hurt Boots. And we know what Boots is going to do in return. He's going to return the favor. So it's a great fight for him coming off that 12-round fight and what he was able to do and what he was able to show himself and the fans and what I saw. This is a great fight for him. And I'm looking forward to it. And again, I'm happy for him. I'm glad for him and his team. Father and trainer Boots Ennis and Coach Al, his brother, and the whole Philly, stand-up Philly. Always love Philly. Philly has produced some of the best boxers, take it or leave it. New York City is always going to be New York City. Of course, we produce some of the best as well, and I'm not even going to get into that. But Philly has produced some of the best, man, and we got to respect Philly boxing. Okay, and Boots is heading the way right now, leading the way. Stephen Fulton, Cool Boy Steph. They got Philly popping. They got Philly on top. All right, so yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this, man. This is news right now, but hopefully it'll come to fruition because it seems like Ryan Garcia and Tank is all signed up, according to the last I heard and read. So if they can make this as a co-main event on that card, man, woo, gonna be a hell of a fight, man. Gonna be a hell of a card again. All right, whatever Boots is on the card, it's a must-see card until he gets to that headliner spot, and then you already know what it is. Don't ever think that whoever card that he's on, they coming to see him too. They coming to see Ryan Garcia, they coming to see Tank, but they definitely coming to see Boots. You know what I mean? Because now people want to see him more now because some so-called experts say he's not the goods. He went 12 rounds with somebody he shouldn't have went 12 rounds with, not even knowing nothing about the fighter. You know what I'm saying? So now he's suspect now. He's not ready for Spence. He's not ready for Crawford. He's not ready for the top level because of that. So now you're going to get to see him again, and then he's going to show out crazy, and then you're going to be right back in his lap, right back giving him praises. All of y'all who was second-guessing him about a fight that he won every damn round. Ain't that crazy? But that's how people are. Unloyal people and jealous, hating people. People that don't know nothing about boxing. People who never been even in a fight. Listen, I never been a professional fighter. I never, you know what I'm saying? I never did that. I've been in the ring. I've sparred. I've never even been an amateur fighter, Golden Glove, none of that. But I've been in the ring, and I've sparred, and I know how to fight, and I've definitely been in street fights. So I know a little something, all right? I'm going to leave it at that. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Peace.